Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and today I have some really exciting news to share with you all, something really big happening in my life, and then also a few upcoming changes that's going to be happening with my channel. So I'm really excited to share all of this with you today. I won't keep you waiting too long. Let's get to it. Oh my God, can you believe it? Okay, so the really big exciting news is that I am pregnant. Yay! Due date of mid-November, so that's really exciting. So yeah, I'm about 14 weeks now and really excited. So some of the eagle eye viewers there may have already seen a little bit of a growing tummy over the last few weeks. I have been trying to hide it with some baggy clothes, but it's getting a little bit hard to hide now. And that which brings me to the next part of the story, because there's more. You'll never guess it. I am having twins. Yes, twins. Oh my God, can you believe it? So crazy. I'm still in shock every now and then. So twins do run on my side of the family. But I guess I just never thought that I would be a twin mum, because the chances are just like, it's 1 in 250 pregnancies, so less than 1%. So I guess, yeah, I just never expected that to happen. So I wanted to tell you all a bit about how I came to find out that I was having twins. So the pregnancy is not a surprise, but twins is definitely a surprise. So yeah, that's why I wanted to share with you all this really exciting news, because it's getting really hard to hide my stomach, because obviously with twins, you start to show earlier. So I wanted to take you through a bit about that story, how I found out I was having twins, and then take you through as well just some information as to how my first trimester has been. And I wanted to share this information with you because literally as soon as I found out that I was having twins, I went into crazy research mode. I started researching anything and everything that I could find online about having twins, because I really wanted to know what to expect and how to prepare myself, because obviously having twins is just a little bit of a different kettle of fish to having a single pregnancy. It's just a different ball game and it's not as common. So information is power, and I know that this is a bit different to some of the other content that I usually share on my channel. But I really do want to share this information with people who are interested, because hopefully it'll make them feel a little bit more at ease. And I want to be authentic to myself and what I'm going through in this situation. So if you don't want to hear about it, that's fine. I've got hundreds of other videos just on recipes, so go check them out. But if you're interested in hearing more about this, then definitely keep watching. Okay, so when I found out that I was having twins, it was actually really quite early on in the pregnancy. I think it was about 6.5 weeks. So because of previous complications, I had to go in for a few extra scans really early on in the pregnancy. So I had to go in for a scan at 4.5 weeks and then another one at about 6.5 weeks. So at that really early one, it wasn't picked up that I was having twins at that time. It was obviously a little bit too early to tell. I did notice something on the screen, like there was one gestational sac, and I did notice that was quite obvious. And there was another like black mark that I could find, and I sort of did ask the sonographer about it at the time, but she was just like, I'm not quite sure what that is. We'll just have to wait until like a bit later to have a look at it. So I obviously didn't think, I left that scan thinking that I was just having a singleton pregnancy. But yeah, it wasn't until the next scan at 6.5 weeks that we found 2 different, babies literally on the screen. And I was actually there by myself. So just because it wasn't meant to be, it was just meant to be like a bit of a routine scan. It wasn't meant to be like the big 12-week scan where you go through all of the different bits and pieces, and it's a lot more involved. So I was there by myself, and my husband wasn't with me at the time, which normally he would be, and he would have been if we had have known it had been a bit more of an involved scan than what it was or what we were going to find out. But yeah, literally, I just remember I sort of saw something at the beginning of the scan, and then she sort of like, the sonographer went past it and kept checking all of the other bits and pieces first, and then at the end came back to it. And I just remember looking at the screen and thinking, I said, what's that on the screen? Am I having twins? Because you could literally see 2 different sacs and 2 fetuses in the sacs. So, and she was like, yeah, you're having twins, like, congratulations. And at that moment, I just went into like complete shock, because I obviously wasn't expecting it. And I don't know, as I said, I just never thought that I would be a twin mum. So I kind of just went into a bit of shock, and I think I just kept saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having twins. And I think I was like shaking, and I just got completely overwhelmed, because I just got instantly like a little bit worried. I just wanted them to obviously be as healthy as possible. And I know that having twins automatically puts you into a high risk pregnancy, which is a bit more stressful, and you need to be monitored a lot more closely. So yeah, after that I got home, and that's when I started looking up all the different stuff about twins, because there is literally so much information out there, and there's all these different types of twins as well. So it just depends on literally how they're made up in the womb. So they can either be sharing a sac and sharing a placenta, they can have their own sacs and just sharing a placenta, or they can have their own placenta and their own sacs completely separate. And after some more scans, we have found out that our babies are di twins, which means that they have their own placenta and they have their own sac, which is of the lower risk. They call it the optimal twin pregnancy because it's lower risk than the other 2, but still need more monitoring than a regular singleton pregnancy. So when my husband got home from work, he was really excited, wanted to know how the scan went, and I was like, we need to talk, because I was so overwhelmed still. And I was like, obviously really happy, because I'm grateful to be pregnant, and I'm super grateful to be having 2 at once. But there was a lot to take in, and because I don't know what to expect, I guess I was just feeling really overwhelmed. And his face instantly sank. He was like, oh no, what's going on? And I was like, there's 2 of them. And then I just burst into tears, because I was just so overwhelmed, and I just too many emotions, and I didn't know how to handle it. But my husband was obviously super excited, and he was like, this is awesome, like this is fantastic news. Like, he was the same, he was super shocked. He never thought that we would be having twins. But yeah, that's pretty much how finding out about the twin pregnancy went. So yeah, a little bit of a surprise early on, particularly because it wasn't picked up initially in that first scan. But I think that's actually quite common as well, because I have heard that happening, especially if the scans happen really on with twins. I do want to take you through my symptoms now and let you know how I went in the first trimester. I know that the first trimester for many women is particularly difficult. And with twins, you've obviously got double the hormones. So it can be particularly challenging for, as I said, a lot of women going through that first trimester. Overall, I do want to say that I feel like I've been really lucky, and that I've had generally a pretty good first trimester. So if you are learning that you've had twins, it's not always doom and gloom. There is, it is possible to have a pretty good first trimester. So yeah, I'll take you through some of the things that my body has been experiencing, and some of those changes now, just so you know what to expect, I guess, and what's normal. One of the first things that did happen in the first trimester, about 6 weeks in, is that I noticed that my stomach started to really kind of pop or show quite early. And I did notice it. I guess I just thought maybe I was like bloated or something like that, was the changes that were happening within my body, and I didn't really think too much into it. I did see some articles online that say, you know, if you're starting to show really early, it could be a sign of twins. But I guess I just didn't think I was having twins. So I literally didn't, I just thought everything was starting to happen naturally. And maybe I was one of those people that would start to show early. But yeah, literally from about 5.5 to 6 weeks, I started to get that little band, or like that makes you look like you've got a bit of a gut starting to show on the base of my belly. And yeah, I think that my stomach has started to grow quite quickly. So it's just going to be a case of a bit of a bigger belly, and you will start to show earlier, and your clothes are going to start to feel tighter a lot sooner than normal. Something else that I did get really quite early on in the pregnancy, I think it happened from about weeks 5 to 8, was I did get a bit of discomfort and sort of like a dull pain feeling in my uterus. And I think that that was because it was growing and trying to expand, obviously for 2 babies, not just 1. So I did apply some heat packs to that and just took it easy whenever I did start to feel that pain. It went away pretty quickly most of the time, and it wasn't consistent at all. It was just at times I did start to feel that pain and that discomfort. But yeah, it wasn't significant, like excruciating pain or anything like that, but just something that I definitely did notice and something that did make me feel a little bit uncomfortable at times. Another thing is that I have been super, super thirsty. So I have been literally drinking so much water. I think early on in the pregnancy, I just felt really dehydrated, even though I was drinking about 3 liters of water a day. And that was just water, that wasn't including other fluids as well. So yeah, drink lots of water. I know it's good for you to drink lots of water. Definitely keep doing that. And if you are thirsty, make sure you always have a water bottle handy. I also like to buy a really big water bottle and know how much I'm drinking so that you can monitor it as well, because you do want to make sure that you are getting enough water and enough fluids every day. Another symptom that I had, I did start to tire a lot more easily than normal. So I guess I'd be a little bit more sleepy in the afternoons, or just doing normal things like any sort of exercise, I would feel a little bit more out of breath, or like I needed to rest a lot sooner than normal. So yeah, do expect that your body is obviously going through a ton of changes internally, particularly in that first trimester. So just take it easy if you need to, and make sure you rest if you need to. Don't try and just keep pushing through, because you'll just make yourself more tired. I did also have extremely, extremely tender breasts throughout that first trimester. It has just started to ease now, which has been a big relief, but definitely early on, probably from about 5 weeks onward, it was just crazy. I've never felt anything like it. And yeah, I think it's meant to be a bit more intense when it's twins as well. So do expect some breast tenderness and discomfort throughout the day, but mainly it was at night time that I found that I had the most pain or discomfort from the breast tenderness. So yeah, that one you can't really do much about. You're just gonna have to get through it, but you can do it. You can do it. During the night, I also found that I was going to the bathroom really, really frequently, and that also happened before the 6.5 week scan. So that started pretty quickly. So I think from about 5 weeks onwards, I was waking up 2 to 3 times during the night just to go to the bathroom. Obviously, I had been drinking a lot of water throughout the day and in the evenings, which probably didn't help, but it's because I was so thirsty and I needed to drink the water, so there's not much you can do. But yeah, definitely frequent urination. When I did get my 12-week scan, the sonographer did say that those symptoms will start to ease in the second trimester, and then they'll come back with a vengeance in the third trimester. So I'm just enjoying getting up and going to the bathroom a lot less, but I'm still, it just depends on the night. Sometimes I'll wake up twice, sometimes I'll wake up once. But yeah, just do expect that you will be going to the bathroom a lot more than normal. Okay, food aversions. To be honest, I've been pretty lucky. There haven't been too many things that have made me feel really sick, except for bacon and eggs. And that's something that I normally love. And I don't know why, but just the smell of eggs during that first trimester, oh my God, you couldn't even talk about eggs or else I would feel like I was going to vomit. There was just a couple of food aversions, and nausea is probably a little bit worse than what I realized at the time. Like looking back now, and because I don't feel it as much at the moment, I feel a lot better coming into this second trimester. I feel like it has definitely eased a lot, that nausea and those food aversions. Yeah, it was probably more significant than what I realized at the time, but it wasn't terrible or anything like that. Like it was definitely manageable. Whenever I knew those smells were going to be around, I just avoided it like a plague. I also was really lucky. I didn't really have any morning sickness. There was a couple of times that I was sick in the mornings, but that was like twice in literally the last 12 weeks. So yeah, nothing much at all. Super lucky with that. I know that a lot of pregnant women get quite sick with morning sickness. So I'm feeling quite blessed that I didn't have to go through all of that each and every day, because there's so much that we have to deal with already. Having to deal with that on top would just have not been fun at all. But yeah, it is possible not to get morning sickness. I did speak to my mum. She said she didn't get it throughout any of her 3 pregnancies. So hopefully it's just something that runs in the family and I've just been lucky not to get. So yeah, I think that's all of the symptoms that I had throughout my first trimester. And generally overall, I've had a really good first trimester. I've been lucky. Apparently the first is a really difficult one with twins. So I am feeling very blessed that it's been good. And yeah, sometimes I still am shocked. I still look down at my stomach and then realize, oh my God, I'm having twins, which is so crazy. But I'm really excited. I cannot wait to meet them. And yeah, that also leads me to the next part, which is what I want to talk about, and that is that moving forward, I will obviously still be sharing all of my recipes because that's what I do, that's what I love. But there will start to be more pregnancy videos. So yeah, sharing about my journey, because I want to tell other people what I've been going through so that they know what to expect for themselves. And hopefully they feel a bit more comfortable coming into a twin pregnancy. And they can get excited about it just like I'm doing right now. So yeah, some more pregnancy videos. There'll probably be some pregnancy recipes as well, because I have been finding that a lot of food that you can't eat, I would normally eat. So yeah, trying to avoid all of those different foods has been a bit of a minefield. So I will definitely start to do some recipes for pregnancy as well. There'll be lots of new recipes coming. There'll be stuff about my pregnancy and stuff about my journey along the way. I wanted to share with you all the direction of where things are headed. And as always, I am super thankful and grateful to have you here and watching and joining me along the way. And if there's anything in particular that you do want to know about, either with recipes or with the pregnancy as I go, then please do let me know in the comments below and I'll do a video just for you. I do have a new video coming out every single week, so if you do like this video, please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell as well, because in doing so it really does help support me and my channel. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!